Good morning, everybody. Or good afternoon. Even here, it's good afternoon. I'm sitting here going, I can't wait. Just started. I was watching the clock. My alarm will go off, but I'll just quickly turn it back off. 'Cause then I wouldn't remember to turn it back on. It's like, it's just the way it goes. And what's everybody doing today? I just got my notification. So there, it should be showing. There, it should be showing. I forgot to turn my volume off there too. There's always something I forget. Then I have a notification up there. Move the mouse out of the sewing room area. I'm putting the sashings on in betweens. For those that was here on Thursday, I started these disappearing 9 patches. I think I made 5 that day. I'm Mary. And I'm trying to keep track of hours and it works to a certain point, but it doesn't work. Hi, Cheryl. But I try. I'm trying to keep track, just out of curiosity. The hours we put in, and then when we get people that want to buy a quilt, and when you tell them $350, they go, huh? But it's like they don't think about the time and everything. And hello, Charlotte. Go back and just like I could say hi to Charlotte, Darlene, Kiddo, and Denise. I know they said previous hellos. I've been here ever since I posted that. Hi, Diane. Oh, no Jack in sight today? Working on, but well, the mystery quilt. I never get that whole pattern ever. It's like all of a sudden I can't find it or it won't let me get to them. I tried a couple times to do the Bonnie Hunter thing. I've made Bonnie Hunter patterns. Hi, Marie. Almost done with part 5. Yeah, it's like it changes the whole look on point. Like right now, it looks like I call it girls figures. 36, 24, 36. You can see like the outlines of a body. The other way, they look like birds staring at us. Hi, Nancy. And how's everybody? Last night's little up and coming thing. Trying out the Chromebook. Just making sure that YouTube changes their things. I'm pooped. I can't sew right now. Tearing out garden and planting green beans. Oh, okay. Diane. Oh, okay. Yeah, her patterns. A lot of people's patterns are harder. It's like this is one time. I wish I had a pattern kind of to go by, because these triangles here on the corners and the sides, my math is terrible for figuring them out. The first ones I cut at 14 because these are 13-inch blocks. wasn't big enough. So I said, I'm not taking a chance. I cut the next ones at 15. But now I have to grab down that little strip that's up here I didn't want to lose. Because this gets sewed on next. There's some pinning. There's some pinning to do here. Okay, make sure I have it the right way. The little point up. Hi, Gladys. You enjoying your time off? And this is always the fun part, the pinning. The pinning. You're bored. It's like you sewing on anything, Gladys? I weeded more of my flower bed yesterday. It's still warm to do that. Have a friend coming. I think it's this week. This Wednesday, Thursday, whenever. Yes, I got to go see my baby. She is a doll. She's adorable, just cute. But all grandmas and great grandmas are that. Yesterday was her first pediatrician appointment, and they felt her whatever count it is for the liver to do with the jaundice part was a little bit high, so they put her in the hospital last night for the night for a watch, I guess we could call it. And they're on their way home now. So it was just an overnight thing. Yeah, the Billy Rubin. You're cutting one for a project. Yes, I got to see my little doll. And then, it's like I got to remember what I'm doing, where I'm doing, why I'm doing. It's like I come out with an extra piece on here. Oh, because I got to sew on. Do I have to sew that one on first? Or do I have to have this on first? See, that's the part I don't remember. It's like, yeah, this needs sewed on to that big piece up there, I think, and then come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I got 7. So it's not me. That is. I gotta sew this other piece on first. The ends, I guess. Looking up there at the piece. Hi, Kenneth. Yeah, the jaundice part is like I depend on the thing to spell it for me. So I guess I'll sew this onto there. Donna Armstrong, hello. Trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. So I guess I take the big piece off the wall. because according to my previous sewings, this has to overlap this. So let's take the big project down off the wall. As the weight gets there, it's like it's makes it more fun to handle. Yeah, right. Hi, Janice Miller. You caught today's. So I have to pull just a few stitches back so I can sew this on. But I don't know if the pattern would help me any or not of another on point quilt. And then the odds of finding one in my collection. I know they're slim to none there. Because I think every on point quilt I've did, it's all been guessamagory by me. Hi, Sharon. And how is Sharon doing today? We can all go on this journey with me of I don't know what I'm doing. It's like it's on point. But I guess I was trying to assemble it from this side up. I always start from where I started, I guess, would be the way to do it. Keep going in the same direction. Pinning all these points that do have to match up. Hi, Mary Webb. There's my alarm clock. Telling me it's 12:45. And then I go back and the pieces in between because they're biased. They like to stretch and move. Find a happy medium and then they work themselves in. It's just I can't hold it. I don't know how well my purple potatoes are doing this year. They don't seem to be growing. Half of them grew up top really well, so I'm hoping they're producing very well on the underside. Hello, Rhonda. It's 2:45 at your house? Yep. That's because we live in different time zones, that's for sure. Your garden was a flop? Well, this heat and lack of water didn't help. I ran the sprinkler as much as I could. See, according to this, I still have one extra piece here. I'm not getting it, but it's like... But it has to be there. I'm putting it out into nowhere. Yeah. And then the potatoes are already heading the other direction. You know, they're already browning. But our normal dig time isn't until September for potatoes out here. So I don't know. What I get, I get. If I don't get a lot. Hi, Donna Hoskins. So good to see and hear you. I am going through orders that people have decided they needed. Okay. Well, that's good. Gives you something to do. And then my son, he has some other people out. Alani, her other grandma, went back over to help with the other baby. So Alicia brought down her two sisters to babysit Alani and Ellen to give them something to do for the rest of the school year. Or summer break, I should say. So I don't have them. But use what you have. But yeah, the other great grandma come down to see the baby. And they went to the pediatrician appointment, but she doesn't have a cell phone, so she did not know that they was being admitted to stay while they did the check on her. Okay, now, because I am half done with the quilt top. Putting this back together is the part that always has me baffled. And all I do is I try to match them back together to where they match the way I did it. The overlapping of the seams at these junctions here. I try to make sure that they overlap the same. Hi, June. Yeah, my mom, 88, told a few women at her retirement. Yeah, it's like, hey, I would do the donation too. It makes them happy. It helps us kind of cut down our supplies. Hello, Linda Denton. I do the same thing. It's like I've sent fabric to several different people. The ones that I know I have plans for, they don't get touched. But I don't know where this fabric keeps coming from because it's like I didn't buy it. It wasn't sent to me as a gift. It had to have been gifted to me somewhere. But it's like, where? The one gal, she picks hers up at thrift stores or yard sales and drops them off. But it's like, friends give me, well, you could use this. And some of it's because it's purple, but it doesn't mean that I need it. Just because my favorite color is purple and they know it, doesn't mean I need it. I have done several Bonnie Hunter mystery quilts. She helps me break out of my same old, same old. And see, I only make one quilt and done. It's like on to the next. That's why I don't buy patterns. If they're freebies or received as, like, I have one coming up when I ordered some stuff. They sent me one of the Villa Rosa patterns for free, just for ordering. So I can use that pattern. It's a different kind of a Bargello, but it's done with fat quarters. So I'm just going to put a bunch of fat quarters together and make it. If it's a donation quilt, it's a donation quilt. If it's a quilt I keep, it's a quilt I keep. But who knows? June, did they get your TV? Oh, Laura's heading home. Okay. Have fun on that bridge. Heading home's a good thing. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Like I don't have enough blocks to work on the wonky one because of my pattern. So no, I have set up another appointment. Okay. When is that appointment? Oh, get twisted here. Wonder the pins didn't poke me. And June's been having internet problems. Okay. Yeah, it's like life's always full of fun things. I know my internet's going up, and it's like had very lousy service. 3 days we've been without internet. And try to keep up with all the names of the people in here. It's like lots of fun. So, what's everybody working on? June's been doing a table topper. Laura was making blocks for a baby quilt coming up. New great nephew? Niece? See, I forgot already. I'm going to have to write everything down. I have none expecting. Yay! I'm on break hold. I know Courtney was at the library. Hi, all in chat. I was cooking for a few hours and now I'm back and oh no. Better take more. You better take more than a 15-minute break. Even though we're bullheaded and it don't work that way. I sit idle for 15 minutes. I feel like I'm a failure, that I'm not doing something right. That's why yesterday I went out and pulled some more weeds. And then a question for June there. If I have any skulls, duh. It's like, oh, okay. Skills. Yeah. It's like I said, I start the Bonnie Hunter mystery, and then I never find the rest of the pattern. So until I get the whole pattern, I don't start. Yeah. June's been going to buy something different, but the bills always take over, or the co-pays on this, or this, or this, or just eating. There's always something that comes up. You started Ringo Lake. See, I can't even remember the ones I've started. And then there's one mystery quilt. It told me I needed colors of something, and I go, "What the heck is that?" It was a theme, and found out later it was blues, all blues. But it's like, I don't want an all blue quilt. It's like I didn't have that many blues anyway, and I didn't want another purple. Yes, I said that. I didn't want another purple. I think this one is very neutral. Ringo Lake is orange and teals. Well, I would have been up a creek there too. So I would have to see the finished project to know what colors to switch to. I'm going to finger press that one here. It was a mystery quilt by Bonnie Hunter, I think it was. Charlotte will tell you for sure. Or is it a current pattern? That's like one pattern I have. It was a free pattern, but it's not anymore. So there's always those issues too. Because I went back to try to find the pieces I was missing, and I had no luck being able to get them. And all these little dangly strings because of starts and stops and intersections. I did Ringo Lake and a couple of others. I always pick my own colors, though. I've ended up changing the layout so many times the last few years. I just wait until the end to see if I like it. Yeah. And then Rhonda, I did on Ringo Lake. I print out each clue as she releases them. See, I get the first couple clues, and then it's like I miss them. And then I go back to find them, and it's like, where'd they go? I don't know. Okay. Hi, Patty G. How's Miss Patty today? And thank you all for testing the Chromebook yesterday. It's like, yeah, I missed Rita's this morning. Must be the mailman. Neighbors' dogs are coming unglued. Boy, we had a sound fest here of dogs. There's 5 in the neighbor's yard and 3 in my yard. if that wasn't a fun, exciting. And June heard me yell. They was barking unreal. And it's like, I said, no more, no more, no more. See. And I went to my bathroom window and I just screamed out the window. No, I only have Bailey. Austin got home from camping, and as he was unloading his stuff, he let him run in the yard. It gives Bailey exercise. So now I sew that corner onto that one. She does have a free pattern yearly on Black Friday and a new clue weekly every Friday till. Yeah. No Sarah Jane today. That project's on hold until I get decide what color I'm going to go with on the other Jacob's ladders. So I didn't want to start something new. I sewed with her in between. Okay, I'll try her blog again. But I didn't have internet all the time. That might be part of my problem too. It's like I don't always have internet. It's one of those, is it a necessity of life? It really isn't. But I was just juggling what I had to pay, when I had to pay, what I was doing, what my depression was. It's been a fun 6+ years juggling what I want to do. And then before, we didn't always have internet. And that was because I was so tired of my husband trying to figure out internet. But I'll have to go on the blog again. Like I need anything in my brain. I have enough now. And I've changed some of the projects I was going to do. But like this layer cake that I used to make the disappearing 9 patches, it's something I won. And I just happened to buy this cream on cream. See, now I'm trying to figure out how's that corner. It's like when you get down to some of these, it's like, how do they overlap? Oh, you're just yeah. Well, to do my phones have never been good enough for Laura's home. Glad your home's. Hi, Maureen. My phones are never the quality that I can do YouTube in that. I buy, as my family says, I buy outdated when out instead. I upgraded, but I still was outdated for me. So now figure out if this one goes here, I have to add that piece on top of this one. That piece. So I guess, do I pin this back up there for now? And if I do, maybe it'll make more sense if I lay it out. I don't know. If I put it in a different angle. I don't have to go as high up. Still a ways to stretch. It's crooked, but it's up there. And this is the piece I need now. And it's this piece. And this piece goes down there, and this piece goes here. I do know that one. It's like just trying to figure out how to assemble these back together. Okay, Terry, I'll answer them in order. There's nobody special that the quilt is for. It's just a neutral. And so far it is uh, 60 inches wide without the next borders. How is the new baby? She went for her first pediatrician appointment yesterday. Her numbers was still up. She's a little too yellow. They said wanted her so that they stayed overnight in the hospital. They are on their way home now. The numbers were down. I don't know if they put her under that other light or not. And Mama's doing good. But so Mama, Daddy, and Baby spent the night at the hospital again last night. They said everything was normal for a premature baby. I don't know. More sunlight. It's like I don't. Evidently, sunlight doesn't work hard enough. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a pediatrician for a reason. It's like, back in my days, it was just, we didn't get all those things. Small town living. I ordered more fabric for the borders to go with the same fabric line. Means I had to order fabric anyway because I didn't have for the borders. So I went ahead and picked 2 of the prints and just ordered them. I just needed, what was it, 2.5 yards? But it's amazing. 2.5 yards still costs. So this goes to that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the corner. Now I need the 14-inch. And any of them that you look at, see, now we get the bird's beaks, bird eyes staring at us. They wanted to take a block and out where I have the setting triangle. They wanted a block there, and then we just cut it in half. And it's like, I didn't have enough fabric for that anyway. So now I need, and I wrote on the corner inside, I wrote 15s and 14s. Hey, you got to take a chance. It's like, I don't want to use the wrong one, get it all sewed on, and then it's like, no. Thank you, Maureen. They kept my nephew in the hospital because of jaundice. And see, they didn't seem to have any worries on that. They said, because the numbers was going down while they was at the hospital. So that's when they let her come home. Yeah, it's not a solid. It's a cream dot. It's the same as the sashing. It's just making the disappearing 9 be more just the center. But it's like, I knew people would be asking, hi, Kim, things about patterns and whatnot. And if you Google disappearing 9 patch, there's tons of patterns that they'll sell you. There's tons. And being I just started it last Thursday, and the top should be done by this Thursday. It's like, not that I'm trying to get it done fast, because then I'll go back to other UFOs. And to put this corner on, I just folded it in half, pinched it. That way I line it up, because I have no idea what size square I needed to really cut. I probably could have cut 13 on this one, but I cut the 14 on the first one. So I just had to improvise and not waste. Just like I thought I had to make another 15-inch cut. Or I made a 15-inch cut the squares out. The rotary cutter slipped, so I only ended up with 3 half 15-inch squares, triangles. And then when I'm all done and over with, I don't think I need it. So I might have had to cut another 15-inch chunk of fabric for no reason. Double checking to make sure I have my right sides together. But I know where I could order more of this if I needed more, because I really like the quality of it. My cream dot on dot is from Marshall Dry Goods. Purchased with my gift certificate from my sister Laura for my birthday. So this will, see, I bought backing for 5 or 6 quilts, and then this is the background for another quilt. all out of my birthday. So it's all worked out. And then it's like for the setting stuff, for the cornerstones, I knew I had black somewhere, just enough. I only needed like 31 1.5 inch squares. You made disappearing 9 patch for one grandson for Christmas. Yeah. And I'm trying to remember. Laura, the one I did was a different type of a, for that Nora's quilt. I was trying to remember. That was a disappearing pinwheel. That's what that one was. I know I'm over the edge because this setting triangle is definitely too big for the corner, as you can see. It's way too big. I got a giant arrow, but until you get everything sewed together, you don't know what you need. So then I have to kind of look up there, look down there. It's like they're both set in differently. That's okay. So I'm going to trim off that excess up there. I don't know what I need to trim off the top yet. It all depends on the lineup. I know there's a 1.5 inch square there. I had 2 packages of French General Charm squares and added a few odd 5s. Yeah, that would work. It's like Kim improvised too. We just take what we got and hope that it all works out. That's all we do. Yeah, because I think, oh, there was one other disappearing 9 patch I did. It was a church had given us a whole bunch of 5 inch squares that they cut up from everything. Uh-oh, I probably sewed them on the wrong ends. Oh, well. Now I got to take all that off the wall to sew this on. So it's called exercise. And then I just see the end up there. I'm going to have to improvise and fill in a corner. Because I just see that end was trimmed a different way. It's like pins don't stick to a magnetic tray that's not magnetic. So there's already an improvised corner. When I get it pinned, I'll figure it out. Because when you take it down off the wall, you have a mess. You don't know how it's going. It's like, yeah. So that's the end I need. Put that over there. Okay, this is the side. Okay. Denise says Eric Oda Treasure Heart Creations is going to try and come on tonight live. Okay. He's crying in his sleep. What's he dreaming about? When I get to the other end, I'll figure out what I have to improvise. And welcome, Denise. Gotta look and see if this is right or wrong. That's definitely wrong. This goes clear down here. Hello, Rita. You're back at your quilting machine? Yeah. Working on the drunkard's path. Ouch. Ew. As I poke myself. It's like I should be pinning this so I can open it up and take a peek. Hi, Ashley. You need a little bit more time, but you can just listen to us and sew. At least we keep you company. We'll say hi, Rita, every now and then. That's the other way to have company. So I'm going to just pin these one way and then open it back up to make sure somebody's doing something right. Okay, that's your plan. Yeah. I wish I had a better plan in my head on this. Ashley's cleaning house and listening. Yep. It's like I'm side pinning to make sure this is the right way. That way I can open it up and see if this is the correct. This is one of those things. Those patterns don't tell you either. I think on my first one on point, I did a lot of tearing out. Okay. Terry will return. Wait, you're waiting for the doctor to call? I am matching up the points, so that I think are the correct ones this time. Well, all came out there except for see this one corner. I got a goof. I trimmed too soon because it needed to come over here. So open this up. Sew that piece on. Sew one of these back on the corner. You're craving something sweet, so you're making cookies. Well, that would never be me. Because I never have anything to make the cook. I don't eat a whole lot of cookies. The cookies I do like are snickerdoodles. And I never have everything to make them. Because my cream of tartar expired. So this is going to have one little extra seam in it. But anybody wants to look up in the corner and find it and say it's, what's this doing here? They're welcome to do that. Because I don't care. And when I was cutting it, I said I probably shouldn't be cutting it to myself, but that's how. Hi, Lois. Been a long time seeing you. I know the other day. What you been doing, Lois? Molasses. Oh, that would be. I would eat them. That would be me. I would eat them. It's been, oh, I couldn't tell you how many years for a soft molasses cookie. Because I don't think about that. That is one cookie I will buy ready made. That is one cookie I will buy ready made. So as long as everything else on this is correct, this should be what I need. Yeah, it's been a minute. Yep. Yeah, when I was going through like 2 years ago thing when I was writing down people's names because it's like when you come on hop to it, I knew it was Lois. I was looking at that. It's like, where are some of these ladies now? We reminisce about all sorts of things. Okay, I can't hold it. It's like by that one. Yep, it's going the right direction. I go down to this end. And that one's going the right way. So I'm not going to cut corners off until I know I need to cut corners. So now go back and repin. I should call it the repin it show. Because that's what it's going to, that's the way it's looking. Pin and repin. I started working on my quilted jacket again, hoping to get it finished this time. Okay. That'll be. I seen somebody's jacket that they was making, and they actually took a quilt they made. It's just like they made a quilt, made their yardage, and then just cut out their pieces. Because those jackets are got a simple sleeve. Yeah, we're gonna make her feel guilty, Terry. But yep, our life takes us on different travels. We get wrapped up in different things. Found out my granddaughter Michaela up in Alaska, she's taken an online bookkeeping course now. It would help even more in their job up there. So both her and the boyfriend are doing online bookkeeping. I said, it's something that you'll need to know. It's like, Charlotte's got to start supper. Okay, Charlotte. There's pros and cons to some of the shifts, but yeah, I mentioned that it was been a while since seeing Lois. At Michaela, yeah, her and her boyfriend are the ones up in Alaska doing those working at the. I call it a mercantile because it has a little bit of everything. No, no word on Vicky Lemire that I've heard. But I was just glad to hear that Michaela was working on, you know, getting a bookkeeping because that's going to be something. She can come back down and get jobs everywhere with that one. See what the buzz was. Says I have a message. Yeah, Vicky McFarland. Haven't heard. Yeah, it's like, but they're loving that adventure up there. They are loving that adventure. Oh, I said Lemire. Oh, sorry. Well, I'm constantly thinking of Vicky Lemire. Someone wrote in all giant. Oh, Wilkes County boy. He wrote all in caps, and I wanted to say you can't write in caps. That's Vicky's, but I didn't. I didn't say it. I think of all of you all the time. Yeah. Now if we could just figure out Austin something in his life. That kid. It's a wonder I don't have neck injuries all the time. Shaking my head constantly on that kid. Ronnie and I both. He's gonna make us older than we are. Faster. That kid is. But he doesn't see anything wrong. Are they still doing the work? Yes, they're still working on just it was sent up to run like a grocery store, but it has everything. It has motor parts, fishing stuff, clothing, it has everything. And it's like they're enjoying it. But up there, after they've been there at that place for a certain amount of time, they will move them to another place. High iron stitches. And I figured that must be, yeah, that is Tracy. Um, but if they get to know the people then tend to take advantage and try to charge or out of the kindness of your heart, could you help me to do this or this? And so they keep moving them. So if they start showing that they have easy where they might want be easy pushovers, they will send them to another spot. But it's like you just have to keep the word no, 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 and no. Hi, Katie. And then Austin, yeah, he's young. It's like doesn't have a job. Went up camping before his job took, because he's applied for several. He's waiting for the background checks and that stuff to come through. So he went camping for the weekend. I don't know how much alcohol they consume, but it's something else. And then there's so many bees. Someone was allergic to bees. Their EpiPen was outdated. Down to the emergency room they had to go. I guess coming back in a hurry. Come around a corner, hit a cow is what I've just found out. So he has no bumper on the car now. The bees was so ridiculous they ended up taking off really early Sunday. They did the best they could. They stayed long in between the emergency room and this and that. So they went back up to the friend's house and had the rest of their camping trip. Hi, Gayla. I'm making stuffed animals for my friend's shop, which should be lots of fun. Oh, her husband passed away recently. I have to make one stuffed animal. I still have one of my husband's shirts, parts of the shirt. I figured just any stuffed animal, a bear, of course. And as long as I put enough of it on there. But it's just trying to get these other things downsized. Trying to downsize. Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to be watching my bobbin. How many feet ago did I? Oh, it wasn't too bad. It was only like 6 inches ago. So that wasn't too bad. What are the dimensions of my Chromebook? It's a 11.6 Hewlett Packard is mine. And they still have it available, but they also recommended that there was one that's 11 that Hewlett Packard has that is very similar. And it was reduced to $46.62. What a weird number. But mine's the Hewlett Packard 11.6. I went back to Walmart and looked up my order. Trying to find where that stitch ended. Oops. Needle in down position first. One of our customer wants stuffed chickens. Hi, Samantha. Every time I count, June goes, Sam isn't here when we count on the side. And then she goes, there she goes counting again. It's like counting is something I have to do. And on this quilt, it's even more. Because I didn't go the lowest grade. But thanks, Kim. It's just using up what I got. And I bought just enough to do the border, and that is it. I didn't buy any extra. But I didn't get the email saying my order was complete. Okay, Lois. Have a nice day, and I'll be back. I'm coming back on Thursday. Don't know what I'm doing. It's just UFO, grab something, and off we go. And then, see, Donna, happy left-handed day to me and any other. Yeah, Michaela is left-handed. I have one grandchild left-handed, and one child, my son Casey, is left-handed. I'm waiting to see what great-grandchild is left-handed, because it seems like one every generation. You're left-brained. It's like, yeah. I was watching the kid open up a box of left-handed scissors, and it reminded me that I have a pair of left-handed scissors because of Michaela. I didn't have to have them for Casey. Casey did 90% of his stuff right-handed. He writes left-handed. Because, like, watching the great-grandkids, the way they grab their pencil, more like they're going to drive a stake in something. I ordered those pencil things for them. And Kim, I have one brain cell and it bounces around. I'm with Kim. I have the one brain cell. And it wanders a lot. Oh, hi, Lori. Her brain cell's on vacation. That one brain cell I have, I wish at midnight it would shut down. Oh, Donna thinks her son would have been left-handed at the daycare. I've never had any of the issues with any of the schools with Casey. We had issues with Michaela because she was not only left-handed, you had to have a mirror to read what she wrote. Lasagna for supper. Oh, that sounds good. And jump up and down. trying to read everybody's stuff. Hi, Northern Willows girl. And she says, and all in chat. But that was the hardest kid we had for any of the writing was Michaela. Ronnie's you couldn't read and you still can't read. And thank you, Katie, saying hit the thumbs up button. Katie says, my son is left-handed, his son and 3 granddaughters all seem to be left-handed. Well, it's like, if you're taught by left-handed, I think it's more that way. My sister-in-law was left-handed and all of her kids are right-handed. So it's like, I don't know. There. When we try to figure something out, I just know that a lot of left-handed people can't go in for those researches because they want to test the other side of the because my neighbor across the street, he was left-handed and he wanted to go for a research study of what his ailment was. I forget what it was, and he couldn't because he was left-handed. So all I can do is, what you hear. And he wasn't the only one that told me that. And then later, I did see where somebody said that, or there was a test, but you had to be right-handed. It said right on the thing, you had to be right-handed. Preheating the oven, and it sinks. Oh, I forgot my pizza ran over the other day. Oops. So your molasses cookie might have a scent of pizza. That should be okay. See, get this finger pressed so I can get that one seam cross dominant. Okay. That part that I had to tear apart up there, I'm putting it back together. And then hope I didn't have cut off the other one too soon, prematurely. I don't know. I just know I have to join 3 blocks together, 1 block together, and then this is done. Mixed handiness or hand confusion. But Michaela learned how to write her name in cursive before she printed. Also, it's like, really? Okay, There's my one ear right there, that corner. Anybody wants to point it out? You want me? It's like, but I have to trim a whole bunch of this off still because until this one goes on. Yeah, I watched him the other night, about fell asleep with the calmness. Because see, that these corners here, I trimmed this one up the side, but I did not trim this one up because I didn't know where it needed trimmed. So I could trim that corner now, but I'll wait. Hi, Joanna. Uh, Chrome on Was the Chromebook on Walmart new or refurbished? Mine's refurbished, but it came with every warranty that the brand new one came in. It came with complete warranty, just like it was brand new. And I have not had one. I love it. That's what I was going to bring to Florida because that way I was only out $99 if something happened, lost, broken. I wouldn't have been out because I'd just replace it. But then my bags were getting heavier and heavier. And then to find out I was way underweight anyway, so. Yeah, there's one that's Hewlett Packard that was 4662, I think it was. I have a picture of it because I took a picture of my invoice and the one I bought. I called. Yeah, the one I have is Hewlett Packard 11.6 Chromebook AMD A4, 4 gigabytes. Is like, oh, I know what I'm going to do. Forget that. And then they bring up the similarities. It's like when it seems like somebody else was selling Cinnabons too, but I don't like Cinnabons because I don't like I don't like frosting on my cinnamon rolls. I like, I guess, what they call sticky buns. I grew up the day with cinnamon rolls. I don't like the cream cheese frosting. I don't like frosting on my cinnamon rolls. I could eat just the bread with the gooey stuff. So I go to Domino's and get their cinnamon breadsticks. And they tried giving a frosting with that. And Austin, well, why aren't you opening the frosting, Grandma? I says, I eat them this way. So he ate all the frosting. They all know their grandma's different. Oh, speak of Austin. He's about to walk through the door. And hopefully his F-bomb doesn't go off. That kid, I swear, his vocabulary is F, 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 and more F. It was locked this time, yes. I'm on the live, so no F-bombs, please.
Did anything show up today?
I haven't got the mail because I'm on live.
Well, no, because I thought Mom even said the other day my sealant stuff was supposed to be here because she ordered
today,
the fix seal.
And if it comes FedEx, he's not always here until.
Yeah.
But there is mail out there.
There is?
Yeah, I watched her deliver it. I watched her pull up. Yeah. Was that who you took? Hopping off to take a call. Okay. Not for me. But I don't think Austin is. No, Austin hasn't seen this. It's like, it'll probably be another one of those. I'm on it. Okay. It's like, find my sides here. Oh.
Amica, Progressive,
Junk.
and Washington Area Outreach.
I don't know what that. There's something. Oh, one is a hearing thing.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah, because if you look through Miracle Air, you can see through their envelope. Here. It's like,
all garbage?
Hold that up so it don't fall down.
It's not going to fall down.
The weight of it just takes it down. Once I get it all pinned, I'm fine. Okay. No, oops.
Oh, shit. Excuse me, friend.
Okay. What do you think of this quilt? I started this on Thursday.
I like the, I'm going to call it a morale.
It's
got the black, it's got the white, it's got the, you're using more of a darker tone colors. I like it.
And then the trim is going to be
a light gray, like a sky gray.
This, there'll be this for a trim, okay. And then a little piece of this, and then back to this is the final trim.
No. Hold up, Grandma.
I already bought the material.
Just hold up. Look. What's another one? If you're just looking where I'm looking, how I'm looking, come over here. What's another one that would go good really with that one? Come over, stand over here.
What, you like this?
No, I like this one.
Well, but that stripe is at an angle. And it's like, when you're buying fabric later, yeah.
Yeah, and then that kind of.
Yeah. And I didn't want to go too dark. I went with this one and this one.
Because they are both a light gray. You and I have to think light gray, yeah.
And the other one, I thought about this, but this was too light compared to here.
Yeah, no.
And too light.
Yeah, jump into there because now you're going too, yeah.
Wanted to keep kind of dark on the edge. Let's see.
Kind of dark, but also offset the, yeah.
Laura says, I like that Austin has an opinion. And this is the length of it. This is the width right now. This is 60 inches.
What, a queen size?
When it's all done, it's going to be...
you could use it for a twin, but I'm going to use it for a queen.
He's going to use it. Did you hear that? He's going to use it.
Hey, I got a quilt for every day of the week.
Okay, they say... Love the quilt, says Terry. That quilt top is awesome, says Katie. Thank you, Joanna. That's unique and beautiful quilt, says Joanna. And then Laura's opinion. Me too. I love the feedback Austin is giving. My family couldn't care less unless something is for them. Oh, it is for No, it's not for him.
It's always for me. They're all for me. Me and Melinda. That's it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to deal with the.
It's like
Dealt with
now
that
he's
for
picking
22
strings
years.
off of it. But it's over half done. And where I ordered the fabric from, they're on vacation.
Oh, I'm on vacation too.
And
I went to the casino.
Sharon says.
So yeah, Sandy.
Sharon says, "I love that you are claiming it, Austin." And Terry, it's all for Austin and Melinda. He says him first. Melinda gets his leftover.
Everybody's gonna be around Grandma. That's their mom. I have that extra 5 minutes that I got to come here and take out the batteries and switch everything around. Doop, 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 doop. Yep, I know what I'm doing. And I just got to change all the back doorknobs because all those match. And I just got to match them with the one that I wanted to match.
But, yeah. As he sits here and picks strings, it's amazing how quilts just pick up the stuff.
Yeah, and you can just barely see the dog hair.
Well, I'm trying to keep Bailey out of here for the dog hair. You wanted to see dog hair was that one I just finished. But you can't because it's sitting behind the.
But yeah,
the
Sandy,
quilt.
it was her birthday, and she gets it because she's a VIP member, so she gets she got a free room. So she had seen me, and she's like, "Hey, remember working down
But this
at the
had
store?"
to be made with everything. Yes, he has it all planned out, June. Joanna, I enjoy Austin's input, and it's funny how he's claimed it so quickly. I don't think there's been a quilt that he's hated.
No, besides, yes, you and I agreed on that one, the shop hop one, that one retarded one that I don't think you've even put together yet. Nope.
The shop hop blocks that I showed you that has like cupcakes and 4-leaf clover
excuse my French again, what the hell are they thinking?
Nothing went together.
What did you bonk and get hit with?
And it's all still in a bag. He does agree. But it's like, now I go down to 3 squares together. You see these 3 squares. It's like one's right here.
No, my doctor's appointment, and I'm going to the fair. It's free admission, first day in Moses.
It's like,
I'm on vacation.
It must go right here.
And I just got hired on with another.
That's what your mom said.
So I'm not going to go to a fellow.
Goes here.
I'm just going to do my agencies.
I got to turn it on the other direction. So this one goes.
She's got a pattern on the. Yeah, you got to have. Yep. I'm just.
And then stop. This one.
I'm going to stop.
Goes here. Gotta always take a break because I turned it sideways. And then this one goes wherever it goes. Here. Oh, flip it sideways and throw your brain off for a little bit. Big square, big square. Yep. Big square. Big square. Phew. Okay, what does it? The fabrics in the display 9 patch is from a layer cake. I used a layer cake. So and then the black cornerstones and the other is just the beige dot I just picked up from Marshall Dry Goods. But when it's laying on its side, like right here, see this angry bird? And then it's not liking this one up here much better. This on this way we have the angry birds. And up here, it's like the dark ones show me birds. So now it's according to this a 15-inch, 15-inch. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 more 15-inch. What do I have? You see a spider? Oh, okay. I got to keep looking this other way. Yeah, they are spiders. There is a spider. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, do you still have Grandpa's code reader?
Yes. Bottom drawer, nightstand by my table. Oops, I pressed off the number off of this one. Guess I better figure it out. And then I said I needed how many 15s? That's a 15. Yeah, it's like or a mask, but could be a bird, an angry bird. What do I win? You get to win the presence of being with all of us, Terry. And hearing Austin's opinion, he does put input and output. It's like on those one blocks. I was amazed he remembered because it's been like 2 years since I worked on those blocks. They just don't make sense to me, and it makes it hard to put them together. So I think I decided when I put them together, it will just be a pillow, placemat, something. It does look like an angry bird. So Terry, I also see the spiders. So Terry, how about a masked bandit? Yes. Raccoon, even. It's like just the coon's mask. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4. Actually, I got 5. I have extra one up there because I cut too quick. So we can say it's angry bird or raccoon. But when I turn it back the other way, because this is the length, we go back to those. That's like playing with that square dancer. You know, that square dance block. That goes right with that thing. So now I have to have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these strips to put those 3 together. Because I have to have them on each end. And it's like, then I have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. With the black things, I only have 4. So I know I have to cut more 1.5 inch strips. Hi, Diddy. What do the birds gotta be angry about? They don't pay rent. Nope, they don't. But it's just the dark ones look like they're mad at something. Did it work? Oh, Austin. Austin, what did I hear about something in a cow?
Huh?
What did I hear something about a cow?
Oh, yeah. My car is no longer a deer magnet, it's a freaking cow magnet.
Okay. Well, I see your bumpers are there. So my grandson tried to get me to exercise today. I thought he said extra fries. I don't know who these are on here.
Open range.
And hello, Diddy.
And then
Yeah.
they were over here on the side.
Yeah. So
and then the bowl, it was a bowl, went, yep. And I tried to slow down to move, and a couple more came out following it.
Yeah.
And I tried to swerve. I slowed down, and I just hit his booty.
Hi, Kathy.
I don't know if you've or anybody else have seen the movie Tammy, where she hits the deer and it's laying down, and then it gets the wind, and it.
Yep.
He just got up and he went.
That's
I seen him walking around a couple more times. It was the
Yeah.
same old dark brown.
He tenderized.
Yep. That would have been a nice steak on that boy.
Yep. But it's like,
Yep. Nope.
but where I ordered this border piece on, I called them today because it said it would email me a thing.
So I have to get new coils.
It's like
still got a cylinder fried misfire, and then the other one.
I think we have a few visitors here. It's like, and what's horrific and Diddy and what was the other one? Twin. They must be a group of guys or friends.
Well, have a good day, everybody. I'm going to go home, let out my dogs, and then go to my doctor's
Little bit of
appointment.
black pepper. 57-year-old bald streamer sings for money. And Terry says, bye, Austin. Take care.
Yep.
And Mary says, just dropped in to say hi and give you a thumbs up. We'll watch your replay later. Have fun rearranging, Kathy. Yeah. Thank you. And they all said bye, Austin. Diddy, Twin, and Laura. Laura Austin says bye, Austin. It's like, don't need the 14 for now. And I've been redoing my sewing areas, because I have several of them. But yeah, open range until October 1st. I think it is. Oh, I was looking to see. Hi, Al. I've been here for a bit. Austin knows that Tammy movies. Oh, then I realized there was the Tammy movie. I think he was talking about has Melissa, whatever her name is. How long have I been sewing? Longer than Austin's been around. I've been sewing since probably, let's say, what makes sense, more 7 years old. So 62 years ago. It's a long time ago. But in amongst cleaning my closet, I did find 5 yards, probably 10 yards of white on white material. Yeah, I've did over 80 quilts so far. Oh, and I gotta make sure that these are all. I made my first little doll blanket when I was 5. Can't say how good it was. But I can't think of Melissa's name because I'm just not. Mike and Molly Melissa, I think, is the Tammy movie he's talking about. Yeah, you got it, Laura. It takes two of our brains to get it together. Because I think I just watched it not long ago, and it's probably been out for quite a while. But the housekeeper needs to come in. I have so many strings on my floor. That's probably why he was picking them off, because I had it here on my lap all over the place. Okay. I need it on both ends, so I might as well pin it. Thank you, Diane. Yes, that's who it is. I guess I need to watch more TV because I don't know anything. Now I might have to go see if I can find it on whatever. Um, yeah, you have to even tell me what I have. Roku. I am just not educated enough on these modern appliances. It's like, and I recheck my measurements because sometimes I think what was I doing the night I was trimming these, and then the other day I didn't even trim one. Went to sew the pieces on it, and it still had the factory little zigzaggy edges on it. And there shouldn't be any that have them on there. But we did find out last week, or I found out, Austin, before he left on Thursday, he come down and got some stuff, and he left the gate open to the side yard. And Bailey been in and out, in and out, in and out. I didn't find that the gate was open until Saturday. Bailey could have had fun. Bailey could have taken off, and I would have been in trouble. I am sewing a disappearing 9 patch on point. And welcome, MH. Oh, it's like, how is Ronnie? She is doing next to the last chemo today. She hasn't called saying it was canceled, so it's going as scheduled. She went for counts yesterday. She was supposed to let me know if her counts was good enough this morning, but she didn't tell me she wasn't going, so. Thank you, Terry. And there's another one for you, Terry. It's like these people that think it's just fun to come on to other. Thank you, June. White people have to come and say, we don't go to theirs, and even though we should, but they don't do lives. They don't have a life. And that's what moderators are for. We come here to have chat and sew together, learn things. We don't need the other. And but yeah, Ronnie's doing really good. She's going she wants to come see her newest great niece. And she forgot yesterday until then it would have been not doable anyway because she was at the hospital. So now she has to wait for next week to come see her great niece. She says she's going to get over and see her before she turns 6 months old. Because they age fast. And thank you, MH. It's a headband it's an antique. I've been going to try to duplicate it and make another one. Because I do like it. Or something similar. Yep. And all the people have seen her quilt and love it. They said it is definitely a conversation piece. She packs it up and takes it with her. She uses it in the house and for the trip. And she'll continue to use it. June Hansen, keep your eyes out. I will be back in 2. Yeah, we've had some doozies today, huh? Yeah, I was just reaching up there to do it myself when Terry got one. Then just got my hand back, and then the next one. I'll leave the pins behind. That cardboard sewing thing doesn't have the same quality cardboard as this old one. This cardboard, the pins just go right in. This other one I have to push. I bend needles. Better corrugation way back then. But yeah. So this quilt top will be on hold. Because when I called them, they're on vacation. I'll be back next week, so they said if it was something to do with an order, I could call their cell phone number, and it's like, why would you even leave your cell phone number out for? If you're on vacation, you're on vacation. I mean, yeah, you do have to uphold your website, but you could have put it on vacation for a week too. I'll just find another project to dig out. or more long arming. That'd be the other thing. More long arming. Right now I'm missing. Oh. Sam's got to go start cooking. Act like a good wife. Peace, love, and stitches, y'all. Okay. Thanks for coming by, Sam. I'm glad I didn't have to do a lot of counting. There's counting, but there's quilting and math go together. Unfortunately. And I think that's with Connie coming down, I do more of her math than I want. But be good and see you on Thursday. Make sure all the seams flip back and forth the right way. Hi, Ginger. What's the name of the fabric you're using? It's I just have the piece here. Oh, there it is. Lockwood Manor by Kay England is the layer cake I'm using. Lockwood Manor. There's several places that still carry the fabric. I was trying to find one place that had two that I wanted to put together. If I went to the one, can't remember if it was Fat Quarter or Missouri Star. I had to go with the super light colors that I didn't want to really go with. And so I went with what I really liked. The ones I liked the most. I think Austin had fun throwing out all my mail. Grab the next piece. I picked up my foot like I was going to be walking on it. And it's like, this isn't the, I'm back going to short. Time, it goes fast now. When you do these on angles, they go way faster. And then they're big blocks. I was trying to think of the last on point quilt, but it's like, I give up. I make too many. because I was going to put the fabric line is Lockwood Manor by Kay England. Disappearing 9 patch is the pattern. Yep. And then on point. And there's several of them you can go out and get something similar. And thank you, Laura. It was, yeah, the pita quilt. See, now I didn't have a problem with your pita quilt, but the smaller blocks. And then I added an extra row for length. And I think I added an extra. Yeah, I think my pita went off. That was Cityscapes or something like that. I still have the pattern. Oh, and then the Spiny Peak was also on point now that I think about it. Oh, Marla thought about it too. And they're such similar colors, those two quilts. Well, and this has got the similar colors, the black, the gray. I guess I'm stuck with this material. Hi, Marla. And Laura says it's because Craig wasn't supervising. This one here, I can tell you, it started out as we was going to see the mean eyes. And when I sewed the edges on the very first block, Darlene goes, that's not the direction you have. I had all of them pinned up here, and that was off direction of every block up there. I was not tearing it apart. I was not. So all the blocks got to be flipped. Because it's like I was not tearing. I had all 3 sides on with the cornerstones and all. And I says, easy. I flipped the blocks. Ashley's coloring and listening now. You're done cleaning? But it still seems weird. I have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cornerstones. And I only have 3 blocks. But it's the way it's set in. I'm going to have to cut some more pieces. But I'm trying to use as minimal of this and that as I can. I have 2 yards of this cream left. Out of 4. And some pieces. So I'm trying to keep the pieces as big as I can. So like if I need a few more of these strips, I have this oops. This is the extra piece I didn't need to cut. Here's 3 more corners pieces that I didn't need. And then the bigger pieces. So it's like and then I have the yardage up there. You're taking a break from cleaning? Okay. Grab it, put a pin in it. I was trying, it's like, what's the weather say today? 77, only supposed 79 today. I can pull a few more weeds later. And throw out some volunteer petunias. Because if I let them grow, they'll grow clear out in my yard. and I don't need that. And then I could take my son's attitude. Just sit down and do nothing once. He did that Sunday when he got home from work. Unloaded his pickup and said, doing nothing. Taking the rest of the day off. He says, wife's up playing at a birthday party for I think she's 16 now. Went up for a funeral, then went to her niece's birthday party. She's a special needs niece. But they have parties every year for your birthday. Everybody gets a party every year. Doesn't matter who. It's like, and I'm just not. Parties for special numbers. Like if I was to have a party, it'd be next year. Because this number sure didn't justify a party. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll pin this back up. Uh-oh, I've mixed my yellow and my white pins together. There's where my OCD gets me. It goes here, here. Seams don't line up very well when you're on cardboard, floating. I said I needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cornerstones. So it's like I keep losing them. This black on black stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, they drop on the floor. They go everywhere. And then I needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Here's 4 for now. I'll cut the other one up in a minute. How is the dog? She's probably outside asleep on the back porch. She can come in and out as she wants. Yesterday, oh my gosh, we was on Messenger. 3 of us sewing yesterday. She just come unglued, running here, there. The wind had blew the door shut. Austin had arrived with his dogs. The neighbors' dogs were all just unreal. I said, we're going to be called in for a disturbance of the peace here pretty soon. She wanted to get outside and go play with those other dogs. It was just unreal. But the dang wind blew the door shut. Because, in other words, I would have had 2 extra dogs in here. Oops, that's a 2. These little cornerstones, when I'm all done, I'm going to flip the back over. I'm going to put fray check on these little tiny squares. Just to make sure they don't come apart. Because they seem some of the solid material just doesn't have the quality. So I'm going to put some freight check on it. And it's like, I just keep hoping every time Melinda comes over, next time she comes over, maybe she'll bring the pickup and we can take down the big kennel. I know I'm dreaming, but oh, how was the reunion? How was your reunion? I missed mine. And I missed seeing my brother-in-law. He went, but and then he went and stopped and seen his cousin on the other side. The other half of the family. Oops, polka dots that way. Hello, Mr. Jababara from Australia. Hello and welcome. I will have to say that's the farthest away. I need another. I gotta cut that other strip. And are you into crafts or just quilts or just visiting the sites? Because that's what I could call it. It's like I'm making a disappearing 9 patch on point. That's what each block is called, a disappearing 9 patch. So like this black right here that looks like 2 eyeballs, that's one block, and then it's on point. So I'm sewing the pieces to join that row to that row. Sounds like I'm saying rut row, like the dog on the Jetsons. Okay. Reach up here. See which piece I want to trim. Oh, this is the hard decisions. This one. Because I have these pieces left from when you do a 14 and 15 corner, you have these pieces of fabric left because you can't get 3 of 15 inches out of a 15-inch cut. And I didn't want to take the time to figure in my brain. Didn't want to find the paper to make a template of one. And I know I need some more, so cut them while it's down here. I need, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 more. So there's 1. 2. This is where Sam left too early. trying not to count aloud. It's like thinking. This is where the great grandkids need to be here. That should be all I need. So put all these other pieces back up. That's beyond the 2 yards that's left. It's like my math brain. And because I know I have to end with the black one. With the cornerstone. And the different patterns that are out there. They did it in with reds and blacks, and then they used the red stone. Another one they did with blue. But I forget what their cornerstone was. That's on the pattern. That's just a pattern. What is the trick you wish you'd learned earlier? Uh, more math. It's like sometimes when you need to know what some of these shapes are called, math in my head faster. And the other thing I should have learned earlier, don't start quilting. It's addictive. It's very addictive. And then you end up with too much stuff. I have very little compared to some people. But it's like, and then you never have what you want or need. But it's just uses all my spare time. It uses my spare time. I have lots of that. Until I get to start watching the little one. And then maybe I can teach. Maybe Miss Delaney will become the quilter. Michaela was my closest, and then that went away. But all three of the granddaughters have made 2 quilts apiece. Michaela made the table runner. So Michaela went but she lived closer to me. And Ashley bought a bunch of fabric. Just don't overdo and try to have a project planned. See, now this big piece goes from clear up here. And means I can't pin up in my wall, I'll put a pin. And this one goes clear down into the next. It's like, this is where it's supposed to go. But I'm just going to grab this one and put the 2 pieces on it for now. I have to sew one on here. Oh, you're watching on the TV, so that means you can't chat that often. It's like you got the rest of that quilt that you're making, Laura. You got that one all planned out. But I have to cut some more of these strips down what I need. And by using the whole thing, not cutting them down to 4 3/4 inches, I have 13-inch blocks instead of 12 1/2. It just gives me that much more uh, width, little bit of width. Those 1/4 inches add up. And so this one. She's watching on TV and chatting on her phone. Or do you have, or is there such thing as chatting off of the TV? I don't know. I've only watched a couple lives, and don't know if I can set it up for chat or not. I don't know. I just don't know. Still learning. You bought some Bible verse for on clearance at Walmart? Okay. Yeah, somebody said they went to their local Walmart and they got some dollar something a yard material. Great for beginners. One block to go, then sashing and borders. Hope to finish this weekend. So you can load the long arm next weekend. Yeah, we got to get a date going for press flowers. My biggest mistake was buying fabric because I liked it and I have not having a plan in mind. I can make the top, but I have to go buy back. Yeah. And see, when we plan ahead, at least we know what we're going to do with it. It's like this one lavender Christmas or winter because it's got like snowflakes and twinkling stars and frosty look. That poor quilt. I've changed patterns 3 times now. I gotta hurry up and figure out which one I'm going to stick with and just do it. That's what I need to do. Just do it. I put pins marking the side that I have to put this on. And then I grab it and pin it. Because if you ever watch or sewing and you come up that 1/8 of an inch short and you go, I cut them to be the right size because the bottom will grab the fabric, that presser, as it walks. And if you don't have the right pressure and pins and all these other things, that's how you come up short. And like I have these sashing strips on top because they're not bias, and the others have a little bit of a bias in them. And it's amazing. Just pinning them up on the wall, you can stretch them. Let's start press flowers when I get back from my cruise. That's September. Yeah, it's like the cruise. My cousin should be getting back from her cruise this week. They went to. Is keeping old clothes and cutting them up worth doing for making a fabric stash? Yes, it is. Very much so. Ask Laura how many quilts she made from shirts. She can tell you how many shirts her mom picked up, and she probably knows how many quilts she made from those shirts. There's a lot. I've only used one shirt so far. Because when I use a shirt, it's usually for the back of a pillow. And I was going to I'll send Laura invites when we are. Ashley has a quilting questions. I'm still using those shirts. Yeah. She's made several quilts from the shirts. Okay, ask your quilting question. There's plenty of us out there. Seems like the scraps multiply. They don't just get less, they multiply. Diane, I'd like to do the pressed flowers, but can't figure out how to buy the pattern. I also love Peaceful Basket. The pressed flowers is a fat quarter shop, and I think they have them out as a set. I think. The Peaceful Bath. I'll get a hold of you, Diane. It's like I'll send you a message later. I've been coloring all kind of pictures of Disney, and yes, you can. Someone told me all you have to do is take the color crayon picture you have now and press it onto like a all white fabric, and it transfers over. Yeah, because I was trying to name the quilts in my head. I know since I've met, since we've really been paying attention, of three. This goes this way, so I need 2 stones and 1 white. That looks like 2 stones. Yep, it is. I have a hard time keeping up with my quilts, but then it's like you remember everybody else's quilts too. And the pita quilt, which is actually called Cityscapes, she sent me the pattern and I made it also. And I kept it a smaller size. But I just used the fat quarters I had. I was trying to use up fat quarters that I had won on row by row. I still have 2 bundles to use. Getting closer to getting them to gone. And then the jelly roll race coming up in September. Or jelly roll. Jelly roll day. I got to pick a quilt that I want to use jelly rolls, not a jelly roll race. I'm just going to find a quilt. I did a crayon quilt, took a class in Houston. Uh, Good high thread count and press the crayon coloring. Do not iron back and forth, just press. Okay. I've only did a few blocks with no help. It's like had nobody. It's like we just was goofing off and did what we did. Did daffodils and tulips and but it was the picture was transferred to the white and then we just kept pressing in between the next layer of color. And I seen them the other day, but I can't find them now. Then after transfer, use paper towel and press to remove the excess wax. We did the paper towel thing. We did do that in between each color of the way that we did it because we didn't have any idea. And that was pre-internet for me because I didn't really start Googling things for quilt related till after Larry passed away. And I wasn't going to the quilt stores as often to get suggestions from other quilters. And then COVID hit. Darlene says $65 for the complete set of pressed flower patterns. And that would be with the finishing and all. But no place says the amount of fabric we need that I have found. So mine's just going to be scrappy. Mine's scrappy purples. Yeah, we can remind you, Ashley, how to do it. And when we say press, you pick your iron up. And then because you're pressing with an iron that has those little vent holes, you have to really move it around. Because it's pick up and because it's just press, don't move, and then pick up, press, and keep sitting it back down. Because that's what we do. Even that's for the whole set of 12, Diane. Like I said, I'll get a hold of you after a bit. Because it's just like I was gifted them after somebody else got done. I can gift them when I get done. You know, that type thing. You have the fabric requirements? And where did you get the fabric requirements for the? I mean, they're on the block for each block. Did they give a total? Are my fat quarters going to be enough? And see, this is that bottom corner one. I'll go pin it back up here. I'm making pieces how they need to be. Uh, yes, you have a total. Okay. Because I don't, I do not make two of anything. I try not making two of anything. It's like I did a disappearing 9 patch, not on point, and that was from a church thing, and I gifted back the top when I was done, and then they tied them and sent them to um, try and remember the name of the organization, but it was through the Lutheran churches. So I need 1, 2, 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4 cornerstones. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I need to cut 2 more cornerstones. And then it's just like I will be gifted the baskets of plenty when the one gal gets done with hers also. But we share. Disney quilt. Now, on some of this, Ashley, I do want to tell you, being they are Disney, you really got to watch that copyright stuff because it's like there's all those nice releases that have to be in effect. Permission to use. Yeah, I would, yeah, the copyright. Everything's got a copyright. Okay. And that's one thing you do have to watch, copyrights. But I have the complete set and finishing. But if she donates to St. Jude, and they could be then liable for something, or they can't accept it because when we give to different places, they can't have religious, holiday, cartoons, comics. They have to be just plain fabrics. There's so many different places that have requirements of their own. And now they're going down to they can't accept tied quilts anymore. And that's the way a lot of people still to this day tie quilts. Because when you start long arming them and machine quilting them and stuff, that's a lot more time involved. And then that one place that we used to donate to, they only wanted tied quilt. They only accepted tied quilts. Yeah, you can share the requirements if you got them. They're handy. What happened to your wrench, Laura? I thought I'd give you a wrench. It's not showing up. Did you reject it? Oh, it's like, what was I doing? Sewing these pieces together. Well, you do now, ma'am. If you accept it. Yeah, she needs a wrench. I put it out there. Now she has to accept it. And a little bit earlier. And then the other thing I got to figure out is how to get Susan Munger so she can write, not just watch. You had to clean up the kitchen? Yesterday, I made a meatloaf. Oh, actually, I made a big meatloaf and then I put it down into 3 smaller meatloafs so I don't have to cook for a little bit. Sebastian wouldn't clean? Well, did you put the dishes down for him to clean them? Now, I'm not sure what Bailey would do if I put a plate on the floor. She thinks food scraps are carrots. Or table food's carrots. You offered him the ladder. When I bought this the baby gate from the neighbor across the street, because she said it didn't work, her dog leaped over it. He says, I'm not buying it for the dog. Bailey would never jump over that fence. And it's like, I says, it's to keep the great grandkids out of here where all the pins and stuff are. Because Alani likes getting into those pins. Because she even told Coda and Aspen not to say anything. So that wasn't good when a 4-year-old knows that to say, tell them, don't say anything because you're going to get in trouble. Aspen so far, it's not a daily thing. It's every few days, but she's on everything. I'm grabbing my pen and paper. Three and a half. Background. 14 assorted fat quarters. Okay. 1 yard block accent. Would that be the greens? 1903. Where's your whiteboard? Right here. Right here. Yeah, they're working on the accents, the four corners. Okay. But yeah, it says, "Welcome Delaney Marie, August 6th, 6:41 p.m. 6 pounds, 7 ounces, 19 and 3/4 inches long." So I don't forget. It used to say, "Thank you, Laura and Craig." That's what it used to say. And I just seen a spot that will hold it, maybe. Yep, for a while. I got to put a hanger on the back. It come with those sticky things to press it up, and I don't want a permanent presser. Why I didn't sew for so long because of children and pets. I'm thinking about making a photo quilt, something to hand down to the little ones who are having little ones. Yes, that is a very good. It's like when I did that pet quilt, I did of all the family pets. But as soon as Alani sees the white erase board, guarantee you she's going to take over the markers. Yes, that is a very good saying. I have a cross stitch and bordered one that's up there in that box, I think. That I was trying to figure out what I was going to put it on. Oh, gotta let the iron get warm. Can't press with a cold iron unless you sit it there for days. But it's like one of my quilts. It's got my in hand the embroidery. My grandma was supposed to be teaching me how to embroider, and when I left her the blocks, that way they was there, so I wouldn't forget them. She embroidered all the blocks, but a couple of them. So then I had to remember how many years later how to embroider. But that one's done. Now I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to do next with it, because that's got different family member at the time. That's got clothing from different family members. So I could sew this one on. Trying to be picky on smaller things here. Not so much time consuming. As I finish the quilt before, yeah, it's not even going to be a week the way it's going. But that saying would be beautiful embroidered in the label. Every stitch is a moment. I thought It's just like thank you. I think that is a beautiful thing about the quilts. They are so personal and a time capsule. Uh, it's just like when I did make the baby quilts I've made, I always I always plan for the future. It's like I was making things for the grandkids before they was born. So why not make things for the great grandchildren before they're born? And I have them put up even for Austin, Derek, and Michaela. There's quilts all for in memory of from me in case I'm not here when they have their kids. Austin says he's going to adopt. Michaela said that if she chooses to have children, she will adopt. She's thinking ahead of her scoliosis and the chance of lupus anticoagulant. So at least she's thinking. Yeah, let's go. I did pick the right side up. Okay, double check this. It goes like this. So yep, this is correct. I jump around on easy things to do. Some things are easier to do while you're on here than others. I guess I should see how long I've been on here. Guess I should get off and go to something else. I get to sewing and that's all I do. I enjoy it. It's amazing how time flies. 3:26, almost 3 hours ago. But I should be taking a break from all this. If you are enjoying it, keep going. Okay. Yeah, I could do a 12-hour. But it's like I don't want to keep you guys all going either. But it's like Melinda says, Mom, you don't have to sew a quilt in a day. I says, it's not. That's only a saying that Eleanor Burns says. The only quilt top I've managed in a day is the 3 yard quilt and the jelly roll race. Stretch time. Oh, yeah, that's what I should do. There's the other break I need too. Oops. I must have something wrapped around my. Oh, it's the featherweight presser foot. I'm going, why is it not? You need to go to Hobby Lobby tomorrow. You need to feel better. Yeah. Built in governor for my foot. Oh, my watch just told me stand up. Yes. Well, I'm by myself. That little bit you seen of Austin coming in. Normally it's Grandma, come help me do this. Grandma, come help me do this. But when it comes time to mow the lawn, there isn't any. Austin, do this. Oh, it's like my phone is still sending me messages, wants me to go pixel. It's like, no, I don't want to go pixel. I don't know what a pixel is. June's gonna go. Yes, she has to switch her attention over to Frog. Keep telling you, Frog's gotta wait his turn. Teasing her. That's a friend that visits. They visit every night. I used my pin. Oops, I put a white and a yellow one. Don't ask me why I separated my pins. I was bored. Austin left zips again. I always look at my messenger because it could be uh, mowing lawn, most wasteful time in the world. That is why God created sheep. My neighbors would complain if I brought it. I was going to be one on rear. I was going to bring goats so they could jump all over the fence. I say, now I have the dog that digs up all my plants. Melinda, she asked me the other day if she had any tulip bulbs here. I says, no. I says, I'm lucky if I have some because Bailey keeps digging up my tulip bulbs. Some of my white heads are glass heads. And then I have yellow ones in this one. And this one I have multicolor. I have 3 pin cushions sitting right here. But some of my aren't because I think they came in the variety pack. Then the purple ones I have, those heads, don't even get them heads near the iron. They melt. That's like they say we're allowed to have 4 chickens. And they didn't say hens or roosters. I want to get 4 roosters to make my neighbors all happy. Just saying. Gotta please everybody, right? I only supposed to worry about pleasing myself. But you have to understand the one neighbor. She tells me my leaves are falling in her yard when I should rake them. Uh, my weeds, my weeds were growing in her flower bed, like I planted weeds. It's There's all sorts of little things. And the leaves that was in my neighbor's yard at that time were maple leaves, and I do not own a maple tree. But there's just some people you cannot please. And I just happen to have her on one side. So I was like, what do you do? She needs to do something. She keeps saying how much her house is worth, and I tell her, well, sell it. What's the worst I could get is another neighbor like her? She's only been my neighbor for 20, 24 years. Out of everybody that's in this, the houses on this side, this block, I am the oldest resident here. Been here the longest. Across the street, that block, yeah, I've been here longer than all of them. Down the street, longer than all of them. It's like, it's terrible. I've been here. Neighbors come and go. And see, now this one has to have a 15-inch piece sewed on here. So it's 15-inch. And the A-frame, the bottom is got the biggest territory. So maybe that'll help me. I don't know. So that goes down there. This one goes here. And you say to her, I'm sure going to miss you when you're gone. That's what I repeated to myself when I lived close to people. I'm in the country now. It's like, yeah, I have thought, you know, before this, like the year before, summer before my husband passed away, he wanted to buy this property out by Casey's that the gentleman passed away. But he didn't want to do any remodeling because we looked at another house earlier out in the country. And I says, no, you don't want to do any remodeling. He says, well, just like the place the way it is. And it's like, yeah, right. So that's why I don't live in the country. Good thing, because I would have had a big payment that Casey would have had to help make. And I had a large yard. I would let the grass get overgrown and have my friend bring over his baby cows. They would chew it all down to a couple of weeks, and then they would go back. Yeah, my son has steers. My son has horses. I've even thought about pigs coming in to just root it up and I could start all over again. Because they would fertilize it as they go. It's just, I didn't want to walk out in that mess. Then I was trying to find friends with, but she turned me in right away. She would turn me in so fast. I got turned in when I was building this one shed. And she didn't have a permit for her $10,000 porch, but I got turned in for my $2,000 shed. But the inspector that came, he was really good looking, so I didn't mind. I told him he could come back and help me anytime. Okay, on the other end, I need a 15. Oh, this is where I get my confusion. Okay, that goes that way, that goes that way. This one needs it, the big A out this way. Well, I had to go get a building permit really fast. I had to go drop everything, couldn't build until I got the building permit. And he said he would approve it. And I invited him back to help. It's like, but while he was here, he did all the inspections, so he didn't have to come back. And it's like, dang it. Yeah, I just had to go get the permit. That was still free because I was under all the limits. I just had to have that permit. Permit did not cost me a penny. It's documented. Okay, hold this up here one more time. It's like when in doubt, hold it up again, right? Uh, by the uh, okay. By the time she did, they would be gone. I have a cranky neighbor like that. She was just so lonely, it turned out. I would bake her things, and she became my best neighbor. Oh, there's no helping this gal. Ah, but she is. I have two neighbors that will not let their sprinkler go across the fence at all. At all. And when I water my yard, it goes over always. It's like my neighbors would make anybody want to live in the country. Or wish I would have bought that house. I wish I would have had the money to buy that house years ago when it was up for sale. I could have bought it back when it was 9,000 bucks. But no. I would have probably just saved it for my kids. I knew a woman who would go out while it was raining with a plastic bag and catch and pick up. Yeah, this neighbor goes out, grabs her tweezers, and I'm not exaggerating. Her tweezers, a pillow, pack of cigarettes, and her bucket. And she goes and puts the pillows, and she has what I call it one of those Arizona yards where it's got all the different rocks, like red rock, river rock, white rock. She takes the pillow out. She sits on the pillow with the tweezers, picks all the leaves up out between the rocks as she's smoking on a cigarette. That's my neighbor. Yeah, when my weeds was growing in her flower bed, she sprayed the weeds and she killed my flowers. So I just took my flower bed out, put concrete in. Now complain my weeds grow in her yard. It doesn't work. Yeah. I don't think she has a hobby. She sets the timer for her sprinkler, which is fine because I don't care. So let's pin this one up there. Um, water, it's a, and she sits out there, and of course, the mailman used to come by and ask her what she was doing, and she'd complain about all the neighboring trees. But it's like you can complain about all sorts of things. This goes, I think. Try to get it in here pinned up. I tried putting the pin in the wood again. That wood just doesn't hold these dang things very well. Okay. Now I need a side, and a corner. Woohoo! Hi, Giovanna. Donna, my house was a bungalow, maybe 800 square feet, beautiful big deck out past living thing. And then the hurricane destroyed it. Yep. I want to go tiny living. Yep. And those leaves go down and regenerate and make us soil again. And every time one of her rocks comes onto my side, I make sure to give it back to her because I don't want to be accused of stealing rocks like I do in the front. The gravel that's in front where we park along on the right of way part of the street, we've all replenished our own rock because it was dirt. And when I push snow, I push a pile up on each to one side of my property. Well, my gravel drops down there, and she says I'm stealing her gravel. And the only place I push is from one end of my property to this end, but I'm stealing her rock. He's like, and she thinks every time I go out and push mow my lawn or I moved my fence myself and that, she thinks that my grandkids should all do it. I am not afraid of doing my own work. I am not afraid of it. So, two sides. Like maybe if I pin them over there now, that would help me. Maybe. I don't know. I would need multiple tiny houses, one for my hobby, one for Craig, and one to sleep in. Hey, you'd have to have another one for me. So it wouldn't be a tiny house if I was there. We'd have to. Okay, that's the side that one goes. I'm trying to pin just so I know I have them the right direction. But I do have a tiny house plan that if you have a Murphy bed, the Murphy bed goes back up into the cupboards, and the cupboards on each side of the Murphy bed is where all the sewing stuff. So when the Murphy bed goes up, there's a drop table on the back of the Murphy bed. So then all you have to do is start sewing. And then nighttime when it's done and over, put it all back up and go again. But there's times I've said I'd sell my house, but everybody, it's like, guess who made her appearance? Miss Bailey. Oops. It's like, you just say your highs. No one asked you to come up here. Terry's saying, hi, Bailey. Yeah. What? I know you have a whole tub of fresh water. Have you been out standing in your trough? Nope, because you're dry. Yeah. And that was the other one, was the bed from the ceiling up and down. That one's easier to build. I have one of those chain hoist things. Does he have one about talking to the huskies? Well, when there's thunder or the fireworks, she sleeps on the rug right by the bed. And I keep telling her her mama wouldn't like that because she either has to stay on her bed or in the kennel. But yes, this she's not a lap dog. Okay, thank you. You have your food, you have all your water, you have 100% access to the great outdoors. And thank you for bringing in some dry grass you dug up again. Thank you, Northern Whitlow. It's like you're fine. I like that. Good day. I'll have to watch the Rocky one about the Huskies. Hi, Courtney. Yeah, her mama needs to come take her for a bath. Her mama does need to do that. Your daughter has Bailey's twin. Lori hasn't had a nice neighbor live next only once, but the hubby liked me and hubby. His wife was a cop. Her loss. Yep. But every time she mentions how much her house is worth and this and that, and I just said, sell it. It's like, please. I almost offered to bake the cookies for when they came to look at the house. And I don't bake. I don't bake cookies because I don't eat them. If I had great grandkids more often, maybe when Delaney gets older, we can do the Delaney and Gigi Ma cookie show. Yes, she's still blowing coat. When Melinda was here last, I says, would you brush Bailey? That went in one ear and out the other. It's like, and then Derek, he volunteered. That's the Dimply second oldest grandchild of mine. He offered his dog when his mom takes this one. And I thought, do you want to stay on this grandma's good list? School doesn't start yet until September. That's all I know. And I don't know cooking with her. I'd probably do something wrong. My orange juice isn't right because it's not in the right container. Same orange juice, just different container. Buying single serves to me is a waste of money, but then I'll have to sneak them. So it's going to be fun when it gets to that time. When that time is, I don't know. I'm sure Alicia will tell me the day before. That's how Alicia does. Last minute. Yeah, Casey come in the house last night, and so you are putting her on the bus. I'm not sure if it's the bus or I take her to school itself. She is learning to bark thanks to the 5 dogs next door. I thought we was done with it. They went on another vacation. I need to call there. Do they both work for the school system? That shouldn't be allowed. Oh, you got new traffic because your school started? Ours starts the Monday before Labor Day weekend, goes Monday, Tuesday, and I think Wednesday, and then it's out until the following Tuesday. Beans, I know what goes on here. I might as well just grab it and sews it. But the preschool starts at I guess I should press that other side. It might help it lay down better. And in the book, they send out this booklet that I thought might tell me a little bit more, and it doesn't say anything about the preschool. It only tells you everything about kindergarten and up. Hi, Marla Hannah. And you're welcome that we're on. It's like I was going to go, and it's like I had a few more blocks. Terry said I didn't have to. Keep sewing, is what she said. So I am still sewing. Giovanna, I'm off to sleep. It's 1 a.m. here. Oh, good night, Giovanna. Yeah, Gisela was going to try and stay awake to be on for a little while, but that didn't work. So I want to try to do an earlier one so Gisela can join or become the late night quilter to catch her first thing in the morning. Oh, what am I pinning that for? I'm supposed to be sewing. And then I just have to interject the pieces that are left together. Oh no. Didn't even know the garbage man. It's like the one neighbor, because we used to take the recyclables, plastics back down to Oregon. It's like I keep telling her I don't need the bottles anymore. And then the one guy, he squishes them so bad. I snuck them into my garbage last night. 3 bags of them. I'm going to try to sneak them in faster. Yes, Diane, I had 4 Shih Tzus that were rescued from a mill. Yeah. I would be every time I see a puppy in our pet rescues and whatnot, I go, I would take them all. I would take them all. I feel so sad for them all. But then when I want to go do something and I have to plan around, because I mean, really, Ace I could put in a small cage and travel a little bit with Ace. Either Wolf Phoenix, kiddo. Yes, Miss. Did you start school or just mom part today? Oh, iron get warm. I went to the zoo once, so Terry, they had dogs. You start tomorrow? So mom was just up helping getting the library set up and stuff. I know I talked to her for a little bit this morning. Now this looks like a creature that I've seen here lately. Sharks. That does look like a creature. There's his two eyeballs. Yes, Diane, I remember you have big dogs, isn't it correct? Yeah, it does look like a stingray. If I remember right, Diane's got big dogs. I guarantee you, if Michaela would have asked me to watch her Great Dane, I would have had to say no. Think about how you pronounce the dog breed. The Shih Tzu? Yeah, you have. I thought you had a Great Dane. When you go back and you think of who we met, because I met you on a live, a Zoom. Find that yellow line. It's like, now I don't have enough room to get everything on the board. My son, when he got that Central Asian shit, whatever it was, I always have to look it up. I wrote it on the picture for a reason. But it's like, that thing is a moose, and that's what he called him too. English Golden Retrievers are 93 and 97. Wow. Yeah. Okay. You forgot about that, Zoom? Okay. Trim this piece off. See, I can do a little bit of trimming. Well, you know this quilt top is going to be done before I come back Thursday. Because I have to wait for the border fabric. But I have that row to join onto that one to that one, and this one to that one, which I can join this one on. Okay, thank you for coming over. And shine on, and thank you all for the time and honest speak. Love, Amy. Bye, Amy. I'll have to write that name down. But thank you for coming over. I write everything down. And you came in just as we was getting all those prankster kids, so we watch them for a while, and then they got carried away. But you didn't. But I'll be back on Thursday. Unless I find some reason to do a pop-up. But I do think I'll pin this up here. There. Jazzy the Dane is very, very well behaved. She just hates other dogs. So I have a gate to keep her separated from the other. Oh, wow. That's a feat all in itself there. But there's the last of the pieces sitting up there. Fake. It's kind of a fake piece, but it's there. I'm going to sew them together probably later tonight or tomorrow. You'll have to go grab that link and put it up there, Terry. And I'm going to go look for the husky one. Because that sometimes when we go to look for those names. Oh, thank you, Donna. It's like it's a challenge. Rocky reacts. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll write that one down. You think I should? From a distance, it has a cathedral window effect. Yeah, it's like I enjoy looking at all the quilts. I was trying to figure out if I could put a clothesline across my whole backyard. How many clotheslines it would take to put up my quilts. Or put them all around the edge of my yard and just block myself in. I wonder how many feet it would take. Yeah, because it's like, wouldn't that be pretty? All of them out there blowing in the wind. Yeah, except for that neighbor where her and her son sit on the patio and smoke. It's like they'd all start smelling like cigarette after a while. And then I was thinking, where else is a place I could put a clothesline up? They are so pretty, just blowing in the wind. That little bit of a ripple because their weight, they stay down. Down at Sisters, Oregon, when they have the big quilt show down there, it's like when they put them up against the buildings, I didn't like it as well. When they had them out where they could blow with the winds, it, they have their porches for businesses where they have lattice. That way, when the quilt's hanging, it hits the lattice. It doesn't go blow into the customers. And then with the two gray borders on the outside, I think we'll just frame it perfectly. But they wanted another border. And being when I put my setting triangles in, I'm not cutting my uh, cornerstones in, and I still have an inch beyond them. I think I'm just going to leave that as that border. I haven't decided if I should take the first border up to the setting, the cornerstones, or leave a space out there. That's what I have to decide. And most of them, but this isn't most of them. Put my glasses back on so I could read. Hi, Rhonda. Yes, I went there 1 year. So pretty. All the quilts. Yes. Yes, they do look like. I have taken several pictures when Austin lived here. He had the other room, and this was still the guest room. And so I sewed only in the living room, and I hung everything up over my curtain. And I didn't know how long those shears would last with pins going in them. But when it was hanging over that window with the blind up, they look just like stained glass. I could do that. I have enough quilt tops. I could make a few pictures out in the sun. The better ones are the brighter colors. The which quilt was it? Can't even remember now. I've had so many hanging up over that window that they're just beautiful. But I am going to wreck everybody's day. Oh, and make a slideshow of the. I wanted. I was trying to figure out if I could get all my grandkids to all the quilts I have still at the house that they hold up and walk by slowly on a video and then drop that one, run back and get the next one. I'm a native New Yorker, lived there for 52 years. In North Carolina for 19 now. That's a long time. Okay, Rhonda. But I am going to call it a night. Got little things to do. And it's getting near my dinner time. I skipped lunch. Oh, heck, I skipped breakfast too. Oh, well. I just didn't feel like eating this morning. And I didn't eat lunch because doesn't stay in me. But see you guys on Thursday. That'll be done because I can't sit here and let it hang there a whole day. It's after 7. Yeah, it's just uh whatever. 4:14 for me. And I just got an attachment sent, but I need to eat something. Oh, that was a good one. And but come back on Thursday. I don't know what time I'm starting Thursday. I got to check and see. Hi, Tess. We'd get a new one just as we're getting ready to leave. But come back on Thursday. Join me again. See what I got started or what I dug out of the closet next. Never know. Yeah. Difference between East Coast and West Coast. And we got a couple in between. But we'll see y'all on Thursday. Bye, everybody. Oh, don't know, Terry. I might start early. Who knows? I'm going to see what other people have because I don't think some of them are. So it's just one of those things. I'm bored, so I could come on anytime. I'll if I figure out a time, I'll make sure to let you know. Yeah, if you're home, I know you'll be there. But we'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye, everybody.